Greetings, friends from the former Augustinian monastery in Šternberg. Today I'm here at the concert of baroque music. Please, could you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your concert?
Sure. Thank you so much for having us. It's such a pleasure to play in such a beautiful historical town.
The pleasure is ours.
Yeah. My name is Paulem Leenhoutsem. I'm actually originally from Holland, but I moved to Texas 13 years ago and then formed this ensemble. We call ourselves Fantasmi, which actually means ghost. It's taken from a Vivaldi concerto. And from actually the opera program at my University of North Texas, I had the pleasure to take 4 soloists. Will you be translating or?
No, it's fine.
No,
it will be
fine.
in English.
That's fine.
So, What about the music that you are playing? How did you get to playing Czech music in Texas?
Right. Personally, I fell in love with Czech music already a long time ago, and I'm actually proud to tell that I really sincerely have a passion for Czech music, Bohemian music, and for the last 8 years we have been performing at least 5 different programs. I'm always amazed because it's a relatively small country. My country is even smaller, but that you have such incredible, beautiful music, and it cannot be compared with any other style. Of course, also at the time, like 300 years ago, people traveled and sometimes they went to Venice and they took a little bit of an Italian style, or 100 years later, Versailles became the model almost for any palace in Europe. You see it even in Kromjerich, the gardens, the design of the gardens. I found it a big pleasure actually to take, I don't call them my students anymore because maybe they were students at a certain time, but I treat them like my colleagues. But one of the biggest pleasures is taking people from the other side of the ocean here. Of course, you cannot blame America not having historical buildings. But, when they have the experience to play music from a certain time and you play it in the surroundings of course, that's an experience you will never ever forget, right? And one place is more beautiful than the other. Last week we had a concert in Znojmo, Moravia, and then Olomouc, which is also gorgeous, and now here. So it's like.
What is your impression of Šternberg? Is it your first time here?
The first time.
Yes.
And the name sounds German.
It is.
And then
German.
I started reading about it, and of course, I think also they spoke German in the past.
Yes.
I think, right, or a mixture. And I saw the same in Znojmo, but it's also funny because at the time Germany was not even a country. It was just like a combination of all sorts of provinces, you can say, or free cities and anything.
Indeed.
It's always it's nice when you travel also to discover these things, and. I'm looking forward to this the entire year. You have such a beautiful country, and
thank you.
We love being here, the people, and also sincere interest in culture. I noticed that already last year.
Yeah.
In the long past, I've played in Prague, but it's a long time before it became very touristy. But that's happening everywhere.
Well,
but in a way, actually, we like to play in small places because the contact with people is sometimes a bit more close than in the famous concert halls.
Well, thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice time in the
Yes,
Czech Republic.
okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.